Everybody, it's Lazel here, and today I think it's time for another episode of How to Become a Strong Lord. And today I just want to talk about artifacts. So when we are coming to artifacts, you will have your building, the altar, and there you can open your array. When you have upgraded your altar to the maximum level, you are able to carry or use 5 different artifacts. When you unlock the altar, I don't know at which castle level it is. Can we see it in the details? I don't know. No, you can't. Okay. So when we come to when you are able to use the altar, you have 2 artifacts from the beginning, which is one, the Garnizhang Moje and the Excalibur. Don't get me on that. I don't know if this artifact is spelled like that. I just call it Garnizhang. And yeah, those 2 artifacts are already pretty good because the basic stats on the Garnizhang increase your HP of all of your troops, and the Excalibur with its basic stats increase all your troops' attack. So you have a pretty good mix up there already. Furthermore, you can then add other artifacts or even switch artifacts depending on how you want to set up your array, but that depends on which playstyle you have, what troops you are using, so this is completely up to you. I just want to give you some tips which I think can be very helpful. Well, first of all, let's quickly attack another monster. We have currently monster event, so I need to do some stuff here. Let's go. So when we come to your artifacts, every artifact, or we have 3 different rarities of artifacts. You have those orange ones, you have blue ones, and you have purple ones. The blue ones are more common, purple are a bit more rare, and the rarest are your orange artifacts. So you can find artifacts or you can build artifacts in different ways. When you do your weekly monster swarm, you should definitely make sure to always kill all 30 of your monsters to get those chests, which rewards you with artifact XP, with coins and fragments for the Excalibur artifact. And with those coins, you can conjure. Conjuring makes you find fragments for your artifacts, or if you're extremely lucky, you can also find a complete artifact. If you have ever conjured a complete orange artifact, please let me know in the comment. That would be very interesting for me. But yeah, and here are already some tips I can give you. If we check our artifacts again, you can see that I haven't fused a lot of purple artifacts. There's a reason for it. You need 40 fragments to fuse fragments to a complete artifact, to have it at its first or at its basic level at the first star. So you need 40 fragments to fuse it. But there's one thing that you need to know. When you fused your artifact and then find a complete artifact in a conjuring again, you will only get 20 fragments of that artifact. So imagine the following. You just went there and said, okay, I have 40 fragments, I'll fuse this artifact, I want to have it now. And then the next day you conjure again and find the complete artifact, you will only get 20 fragments from it. So in my opinion, it's better to wait with all of these fusions and hope to find, maybe in a mystic conjuring or in a normal conjuring, the complete artifact which grants you 40 fragments and not just 20. So I can recommend be patient with your artifacts. I know at some point they can give you a huge boost in your technology, but I think saving 20 fragments this way is way more useful than just immediately going for it, and maybe you don't even need the technology then. And so, yeah, I think it's good to be very patient with it and think about if you really want to fuse, or if you better wait and hope to find it completely in a conjuring. So another thing where you can find fragments is in the shop. And here's something that you also need to know. You can buy, for example, on the left bottom, you can see the Book of Thoth, or Thoth, I don't know how to spell it right, and where you can get 2 fragments for 4 soul stones. By the way, these soul stones you will find in these chests of your conjuring. At certain steps, you get soul stones from your conjuring, and those you can trade in the shop for other stuff. Here you can see if you want to have a specific fragment, you would, for example, here just have to pay 4 soul stones for this specific fragment. But you can also go and buy a blue fragment, which can be exchanged to any blue artifact fragment, depending on what you want to have. But you need to know that this trade costs you 1 soul stone more. So always think about, okay, which artifact do I want to focus on? Which one do I want to improve? How do I want to set up my array? And then think about, okay, is it useful to invest into those fragments of the certain color, if it's blue, purple, or orange? Or am I that clear about my array and immediately know what I want to buy? I just bought those blue fragments because I'm at a point where I don't know really what artifact I want to upgrade next. So I want to be a bit more flexible about this. If I knew, okay, I want to focus on this artifact, I would definitely just go and buy the specific one if it shows up. Always remember that you can do 2 refreshments per day for free, and then it starts to cost gems. Yeah, so just keep that in mind if you want to go for those blue or purple or orange fragments, or if you want to go for a specific one. Calculate it a bit so you know what you want to do and which way you want to enter with your artifacts. Yeah, so that's actually it. I just want to remind everybody that just because there are orange artifacts, it doesn't mean that those are the best artifacts in the game, or that you definitely need to focus on these specific artifacts. I carry blue artifacts, which are, in my opinion, very powerful and very useful. So yeah, really think about your array setup, maybe talk to your alliance members, what they are using, and so on to get the best out of your array and your artifacts. So let's get this together once again. Think about your artifact setup. Always remember to think about if you want to buy fragments or if you want to buy specific fragments, and think about if it's worth to fuse now or better to wait to find an artifact in a complete artifact in a conjuring to save up those fragments that you would be actually missing. Okay guys, so I hope that I could explain artifacts a bit better for you and maybe you could learn a few things. And yeah, I would say see you in the next video. Bye guys.